Yo, it's your boy Rusty Gaming 321, and I guess today I don't really have a flashy intro or an edited montage because this one's low-key kind of different. This one's real and I'm just speaking from the heart. See, I don't really know where you're at right now, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. But if you're watching this, then that probably means that you're carrying something really heavy. You're probably carrying something that you have been carrying for a while, and you probably don't talk to people about this, or you don't open up about it, and it's really heavy, bro. And let me just say straight up, bro, that you don't need to carry this alone, and you can reach out to someone. I'm not trying to sound like a therapist or like a self-help guru or something, but really, bro, like, you know that you're always welcome to comment on any of my videos, and I'll get back to you, bro, because like I also feel like that sometimes. I feel sometimes like, you know, that people won't understand me, or like that I don't always know how to say things or where to start, bro. So yeah, it probably feels like you're carrying something really heavy, and I know you're tired, bro. Like, you're not just like tired from the normal day-to-day grind. You're like soul tired. Like your soul feels crushed, like numb, you know? Like you don't know how to carry on and what ways there is forward. But the fact that you're watching this video right now and that you haven't skipped yet, that means that something inside of you is tired of the pain, and you're just feeling like you want it to end. You want this pain and suffering to end. It is painful and it does make you suffer. Something inside of you just feels off, like heavy and hollow. And you're out there grinding, bro. You're creating, like when you're among people, like you are like the best version of yourself. But no matter how loud the room is, bro, sometimes you just have a moment where you just switch, you know? It's like all of a sudden you just feel all of those emotions again. And bro, I've been there. I still am sometimes, bro, because healing isn't an instant thing, bro. It's not pretty and it's not as straight as some people might make you believe, you know? When you walk with God, the path can always feel lonely, bro. It can feel lonely, you know? Like if you're not one of those flashy people that just pretends to serve God, but actually you're one of the real ones, one of the chosen ones, then yeah, that path feels lonely, bro. But let me tell you that you need to walk that path, bro. You need to embrace that feeling, because that is God chiseling your path, chiseling your statue, bro. And when God chisels you, bro, it's gonna hurt, bro. Those people that He's been cutting out of your life, it's gonna hurt letting go of them, bro. And that is just how it works. Like God chisels with precision. Those parts hurts letting go, but once you step back from that, when God allows you to see the full picture, you're gonna know that it couldn't have been anyone but God that did that healing. That's probably why you found this video, or what led you to finding this video. See, God doesn't want your achievements, bro. He doesn't care about them. He doesn't care about how smart you are or how well you carry yourself. He cares about your heart. He cares about what is inside. He doesn't care about how much you give, how much good things you do. He sees you for who you truly are. Even if you're broken, even if you're feeling messed up, even if you mess up sometimes, or you're just tired, bro. And I had to learn that the hard way, bro. Like, there are some traps in life that can steal your healing, bro. There's distractions, bro. Those shorts, those TikTok videos, those things that you do, you're just scrolling hours on end looking for something that's gonna take the pain away, bro. But today I'm here telling you that you need to sit down with that pain. You need to go to your room and close the door, sit with that pain and not talk to God. Like, you can talk to God, but you need to be silent. You need to let God do the healing, bro, because low-key, you can't carry this yourself. It was never your pain to carry in the first place. So yeah, today I'm gonna talk about some things that has been on my mind, and low-key, this is a video for you that found this video at 3 a.m. in the morning and you don't know what to do with yourself, or your soul just feels tired right now. Because yeah, that's kind of how I feel, bro. We live in a world where your worth gets measured by how much you do. But God never designed you to be a machine, You're not a number, you're not an output, you're a soul that He created for purpose. For a purpose, bro. You've got a purpose. The fact that you're still here means that God wants you to do something. And maybe if you take that time and go sit alone in a room, that thoughts you've been pushing down, that little voice in your head, maybe you'll find that purpose when you sit in a room alone and just let all of those emotions flow, bro. Just face that, because everything that you seek, every answer that you seek is already within you. When you think about a lot of things, when you do not take time to let God do the healing, when you don't take time to calm your mind, then it's kind of like running water. You can't see to the bottom of the lake. The only time that you can really find your true purpose is when you allow the water to be calm.
Your mind is like this water, my friend. When it is agitated, it becomes difficult to see. But if you allow it to settle, the answer becomes clear.
When you're always grinding, always trying to prove something, you end up forgetting who you already are. You don't need to perform for love. You don't need to earn your worth. God already called you worthy before you ever created anything, bro. Let's be honest, sometimes we hide behind our work. We create not because we are healed, but because we don't want to sit with the pain that is still there. I've done that, bro. I've told myself I was productive, when really I was just numbing myself with purpose. But here's the thing, God doesn't shout over your noise, He whispers in the stillness. We think we're being strong, but that's actually how we hide what we feel. We laugh off the pain, we downplay what we've already been through. But God didn't ask us to pretend. He said, "Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." Not once did He say, hide it until you break. God really honors your honesty, and He doesn't need you to wear a mask. He knows your heart. True strength is saying, I'm not okay, but I know where my help comes from. Have you ever had a feeling where people compliment you and tell you you're doing good, or like myself, I've been getting all of these comments on my videos saying, bro, this is the coolest video, or like, I love your content and stuff. But the thing is, when you've been abandoned, overlooked, or used, It's really hard to trust love. It's hard to believe that anyone sees the real version of you and still wants to stay. Even with God, you might find yourself thinking, does he really care? But the truth is, bro, he's never left. He loved you before you even knew how to love yourself. Let that sink in, bro. God loved you, loved the broken version of you, before you ever knew that you could love yourself. That kind of love is really hard to grasp, and is real, and is not going anywhere. Do you sometimes feel like you're carrying the weight of the world? No, like, some of us just got forced to grow up really fast in life, and we were forced to grow up too quick and had to be strong when we were still learning how to survive. So now we are carrying everything like we are built for it. So yeah, you don't have to carry it all. God's not asking you to be invincible. He's asking you to trust him, to give back to him. The burden wasn't yours to begin with. Yeah, so I know it sounds like I'm just rambling, bro. Like I'm just talking a bunch of nonsense, and maybe you're not getting what I'm saying just yet. But I don't want to talk about just the pain. Let's talk about the process. This is what I'm learning lately, and maybe it can help you as well. So I've been getting into meditation recently, I found this super awesome spot where I feel like I'm not being watched, even though it's out in the open and like people can think and do what they say. I don't really mind. But the spot just is so scenic and so beautiful. I actually probably put it up on screen right now. So yeah, I've been doing stillness training, and stillness is really scary, especially when the silence starts feeling loud, But God moves in that stillness, bro. Not in the chaos, not in the noise. He speaks in the quiet, that soft whisper that reminds you, you're not alone. I've got you. So take time to be still, not to achieve, not to fix, but just sit there with God. That's where the peace comes in. Yo, you gotta grieve the things that you lost, not just the people, but the parts of yourself, the dreams that died, seasons that broke you, versions of you that never got the love they deserved. God sees those tears, and he doesn't ignore them. Blessed are those who mourn, they will be comforted. Let me say that again. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. If you're just pretending that everything is fine, then that is your reward, bro. When you tell yourself like, bro, I shouldn't drink, I shouldn't smoke, I shouldn't hang out with this crowd, but you do it anyway, then they're gonna celebrate you, bro. But once you step back, once you cut those people out of your life, then that's the only time that God's gonna reward you. No, God really, he sees those tears that you've been crying. He sees the person you are trying to become. And you don't need to fall back on that. You don't need to hang out with them to feel like you're worth something, because you are your own person. So, blessed are the ones who mourn, for they will be comforted. You're allowed to feel it. You're allowed to go through that. You're allowed to let go, with God right there holding you through it. Healing ain't about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who God already created you to be. You're not a broken version of you anymore. You've come too far, bro. So now, it's time to start believing in the work that God is doing within you. Even if it's quiet, and even if it's slow. Letting people see the process is also something that might help them to become a better version of themselves. When they start seeing you pull back, when you show them your progress, show them that you're not drinking and stuff anymore, then they probably in their room like, man, yo, I wish I can be like this dude, you know. I wish I can be like Rusty Gaming 321, bro. Like, how is he doing this? So it's not just about the glow up. It's not just finishing that last project or finishing the artwork or whatever, but the real behind the scenes battles that no one sees. The prayers you whispered when no one was watching. You need to also surround yourself with a crowd that helps you to heal, that really wants the best for yourself. So maybe letting go of those bad people, maybe letting go of those people is actually a good thing, and you need to accept that, you know. And maybe you've been struggling letting people in, but you need to actually let them in, bro. And I know it's scary, but you can't keep living behind walls God never asked you to build. You gotta let people in, even if it hurts sometimes, even if you've been burned before, because healing flows through community, through connection, and most of all, through love. You weren't created to be an island. You were created for a relationship with people and with God. So yeah, if you're still watching, still breathing, still trying to keep it together, then I need you to hear me right now, bro. You're not broken. You're not weak. You're becoming something they never saw coming. God is working with you, making a version of you that they cannot break, that they cannot put down anymore, you know. No matter how hard your past was, bro, it is meant to be there for a reason. Those people you cut out of your life is meant to be there for a reason. And that pain you've been carrying, God feels it, and He's not judging you. He's walking every step of the way with you. So yeah, this isn't about religion. This isn't about, you know, like self-help or something. This is just something that I thought that somebody needed to hear at the moment. It's about relationship with you and the one who never gave up on you. So let go of that weight, let go of that mask, let go of that lie that you gotta do this all by yourself. Because healing doesn't come when you get it all together. It comes when you say, God, I don't have it all, but I give you what I have, take it, and please help me. You know, like, tell Him your feelings right now. Tell Him, go on your knees right now and tell Him how you feel. Because God will be waiting for you with open arms. That's low-key what I've been waiting for all of this time. If this video reached you, it reached you for a reason. And I know that some of this stuff might hit really deep, and that maybe it wasn't me talking. Maybe God needed you to hear this right now. And maybe, just maybe, this is your reminder that you're not alone in any of this, bro. So yeah, you don't have to be perfect, bro. You don't have to give it all. You don't have to pretend like you've got it all figured out. So yeah, this is Rusty Gaming 321. I'm just a soul healing out loud, bro. And maybe you can start healing too. Never forget that you're not done with your story, bro. God is working with you, and you're gonna become a version they never saw coming, bro. Peace, love, and yeah, peace, love, and stay safe, stay well. And I'll see you guys in the next one.